got the whole place smelling. It was deep. And you know, we've been seeing the power of the breath of life. Can you, Dr. Kang, explain a little bit of what the breath of life is
well,
about?
Yeah. One of the greatest things or whatever that a lot of us, we don't do well is breathing. Without breath, we all die. We can live without a lot of things, but without taking the next breath, you're dead. That's how powerful it is. And so, due to the Industrial Revolution or whatever, it has caused a lot of pollution. So our breath has become, shallow. Even as kids or whatever, we breathe from our diaphragm. We don't breathe here. When you look at kids, their belly inflates like a balloon. That's how we should breathe. But peer pressure, as you're growing up, you can't do that, you can't be that. A lot of negativity, it allows us, because when we're scared, what happens to us is we hold our breath. That's what happens, or whatever. So we're holding our breath so much where we're not breathing. So what the breath of life does is it allows you to take in more oxygen, or whatever. It's 7 different essential oils, or whatever, like food grade essential oils that allow your central nervous system to be able to take in more oxygen on every single fiber of your being. And so that's what it's doing. It delivers the oxygen to every cell. When you put it, it forces you to breathe deeper from your diaphragm. And when you breathe deeper, whatever, every cells in your brain gets oxygen or whatever. Stress, anxiety, depression, a lot of things goes away, and you're able to even sleep better. If even people snore, whatever, they're able to not even snore.
All the snorers out there?
Yes.
Breath of life. We don't need no more snoring.
Yeah.
Give it thanks. And lastly, we have the Miracle 5. One of the questions that I have for you, Doc, we was just at one of the barbershops. Like I said, we've been mobilizing the communities, and we're going to go back into the art of vending, sharing some of the information. And one of the brothers was mentioning, why can't I just get one instead of all 5?
It's just because, human beings or whatever, we derail away from true knowledge. We have to understand a lot of the things we know or whatever. If we can just ask ourselves, where did this knowledge? No one of us have looked at the etymology of knowledge, the knowledge they're getting. If someone just came right now and be like, hey, this, years from now, everyone's just like this. No one question anything anymore or whatever. And so there's a mathematical way in which the Africans, my forefathers, they did things. They understood this body so well. When you take a baby cat, a baby rat, a baby monkey, a baby snake, when they're sick, they don't go to doctors. They go to nature's pharmacy. They know how to heal themselves. And so this is just a science or whatever that's literally been lost. There's a systematic way on how to heal the body. If anyone want to prove me wrong, go look at my result. Out of 100, I have 100 result. I'm one of those people, I don't like to talk shit or whatever. I'm all result oriented.
Actions speak louder.
Yeah, I'm all result oriented. You've been with me all these days. I've been here or whatever. You've not seen me like miss
Truth, yeah.
or whatever.
Yes, for sure.
And so, me, I'm result oriented. So there's a systematic way or whatever. The super cleans, what it does is it goes into the body or whatever, it softens every part of the body. It softens it. The liver and gallbladder, the first cleaning mechanism, it comes, it purges the liver and gallbladder. Every single disease or whatever, if your liver and gallbladder is dirty or whatever, disease will originate. Everyone knows, this is the central nervous system, our stomach, digestion, our intestines. This is the central nervous system. It's like the engine. Whatever's happening to the car, whatever, is normally because the engine has a problem or whatever. It's one of the major things. Or whatever. So it's the same, process we're using. So the liver and gallbladder, you purge it out or whatever. The inflammation comes in. It makes sure that, because every single disease is caused by inflammation and mucus. There's just one cause of disease. Sure. And because of that, inflammation comes and sits in those places or whatever. It sits on top of the liver and gallbladder and make sure that the body is not producing a lot of toxicity. That every single toxin that comes in it sends it to the colon, it sends it to the urinary tract, so you can literally secrete it or whatever. And then the fat flush, which is the blood cleanse or whatever, it also goes and cleans and pull all the toxic. Because when we eat this much, we poop this much, we eat this much, the rest sits in and it starts going. It starts polluting our body. It goes into the blood, the kidneys pick it, the liver, the gallbladder, all these parts of the body picks it up or whatever. So you go into the blood, you pull everything. or whatever. You bring it to the colon, you bring it to the urinary tract, and then the person secretes it or whatever. And then we have the superfood or whatever. The superfood has all the amino acid and nutrients that your body needs, from iron, silica, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, you name it. All the essential minerals that our body needs, it comes back now and replenish everything that's been lost. And that's why people feel within 24 to 48 hours, they're like, I've never seen anything like this. I know there's so many healers out there. People sometimes want to compare me with them. I'm like, no, everything I do is a science. I was just, I didn't choose this path. This path was literally, it chose me. Yeah.
And I know you said the fat burner. Did you explain the fat burner?
Well, yeah.
This one skinny brother was like, listen, why I need fat burner?
The fat burner, the fat burner is also a blood cleanser.
Okay.
Yeah, it's also a heavy metal detox. Yeah, it removes heavy metal. So it's just not fat burner. Every single one of our formulas does so many things on so many levels. But the appropriate way to do it is to do all the five. And I always tell people, just do it. I know a lot of the knowledge that we've learned is so limited or whatever. Come back and thank me later. You don't need to understand everything it does, but trust me, I've been doing all of this from birth. Yeah, that's the difference between me and a lot of the healers.
Yeah. So what's the price for the package?
Well, yeah, the Miracle 5 or whatever is $275.
$275.
Yeah, it's $275. Yeah.
Yes.
But I always tell people, if it's not the best supplements you've ever taken, then you go give us a bad review. But no one has been able to give us a bad review because every single one. This brother here, he's been following us for the past 1 year or whatever, and we've had 100 over 100. Mm-hmm. His own mother had to fly all the way from Florida to catch me in Connecticut yesterday. Mm-hmm. Because even when we met, her, she was a little bit skeptical. She was like, oh no, there's no way anyone can do this. But, she had to fly maybe like 4 or 5 people. Like, this brother is the real deal.
Mm-hmm. She brought several family members, including my 85-year-old grandmother from Florida. Flew in yesterday to come see Dr. Kang.
Powerful.
So my family knows what's happening.
You know what time it is? Listen, I've been getting phone calls from everywhere. California, Canada, Ohio, Texas, everywhere. And, people been giving some powerful feedback and input on the products and the services. So definitely get your Miracle 5. Get your Miracle 5. Giving thanks. Now, Dr. Kang, I want to share something in regards to the art of vending. Now, for those who don't know, we started our tour, like I said, last week. We have a variety of events here. We have some events we'd even put on the tour. And, when it comes to vending, the art of vending, from booking the places to finding out the demographic, to finding out how we're going to reach the demographic in real time, to like we were discussing, like prior to even going to the event, having a goal for it. Can you share some of your science and insights in regards to the art of vending, like when you come out to events from the small level? Because you notice on our tour, we've been to small level events, local events. Mm-hmm. On Sunday, we got a major events. Can you share some insights in regards to the art of vending?
Yeah, beautiful. And one thing I always tell people, whatever you sell or whatever, a lot of the things that we're selling, if you went to the store, everything comes with a manual. The reason why I give you the manual is to be able to educate you. But very few people ever read manuals. But that is where they're top of the top. They read the manual to understand. And so for me, I always tell people, I see a lot of people, they take vending like just like a hobby or whatever. Is getting and educating people, getting them to get the information. Give them the information. So everyone who comes or whatever, treat them like your next $1 million person. So they come or whatever, take their number, send them the information. If you have flyers, make sure you give information. But one thing I always tell people now or whatever, I always like to take people's number. I don't really care about a flyer. So if 500 people come to me, I want to get every single one of their numbers or whatever and send them the information. This is so key to do because, being in business, in previous times or whatever, I've seen this work. So you're doing the work today or whatever, and then sometimes, guess what? Some of these people might not watch this video today.